Good afternoon, America. This is Scott and a Shot. Talking more shit, but first I'm gonna do Scott and a Shot. And I'm gonna have a shot of spiced rum, Kraken 94 proof, really good stuff. And let's get warmed up for this. Whoa, right on. All right. You know, I keep hearing these Democrats on TV talk about Doge and how they're so against this Doge thing. And you know what it is, people. They're talking about back when Clinton did the same thing back when he was the president in the '90s, and how it was all bipartisan and Congress was involved and all that. And yeah, they're right. But here's the difference: this Democratic Party doesn't want to do anything with Donald Trump, right or wrong. They don't want to do anything that's going to help Donald Trump be a successful president or have this country be successful. Right now, Donald Trump can sit there and say, "Oh man, I'm gonna let." I mean, here's the difference. The party back in those days were saying now the Democratic Party is a bunch of homo-loving, transgender-loving weirdos. I mean, illegal immigrant loving. So here's the point I'm trying to make. Right now, if Donald Trump said, "I'm going to let all the transgenders go back in the military. I'm going to let them use girls' bathrooms. I'm going to let the transgenders go into girls' sports," the Democrats, just because Donald Trump is saying it, they'd be like, "No, no, no, that's wrong. You're wrong. Boys shouldn't be in girls' sports." I mean, that's the difference, people. Is the Democratic Party of today they're such weirdos and freaks. They can't get on the same page as the rest of the country. They don't want to help Donald Trump. They don't want to help this country be successful. If that was your president in office doing what Donald Trump is doing, they'd be all for it. That's how messed up these people are. They hate Donald Trump so bad, even if what he's doing is good, which it is, they're going to fight it all the way. I mean, like I said, he could sit there and go 100% into this transgender thing, and just because it's Donald Trump, they would flip so fast because they don't stand for nothing anymore. You know what a core value is, people? I have core values. They're values that my parents tried to raise me with, and values that I have accumulated through life over the years. A core value is something that you don't sway from. You don't change your mind or I mean, like Biden did on everything, like Obama. You don't come around. I mean, there's certain things you change your mind on, but a core value is something that you really feel inside of you. And so the Democrats have no core values. They believe in nothing. They flip flop on everything, and they don't care about this country being successful or failure. All they want is to tank Donald Trump, and if it costs the country going down with it, that to them that's acceptable. If it gets them back in power, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's hard to work with the party that is so messed up. This is not the Democratic Party of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, people, or even the early 2000s. These people are whacked. All they care about is illegal immigration, spending money on transgender stuff and homo stuff. What? I mean, that's it in a nutshell. I mean, that is it in a nutshell, people. I mean, stop it. I mean, these people are crazy. That's all they care about is trying to get enough illegal votes to come over here illegally, trying to create another human being, which is a transgender, which is just a cross dresser and a body mutilator. But if Donald Trump was to say I'm for all that stuff now, they'd be totally against it. I mean, just to tank this country. I mean, and that's pretty sad that we have that many people that are so easily influenced into being a retard. Or are they just truly retarded? I don't know. I think they're just truly retarded because I've never seen anybody advocate for the weird stuff that these Democrats are advocating for. Sending all this money for transgender stuff overseas. You know these countries hate us. I mean, they hate us bad. They hated us before, but when we're telling them we're going to give them some aid, well, we're going to give you your $15 billion this year, but in order to get that, you have to let us do a transgender opera there and do a transgender Sesame Street. That's how that works, people. They sit there and give these countries aid, and then they attach that to the aid. But unless you do this, we're not going to give you that. I mean, so Donald Trump is taking a big target off this country. You know why? Because China and Russia, Iran, they're all chomping at the bits over this transgender stuff because they don't get it. They don't want to get it. They'll never get it. And they're not on that same page. Like Putin said, America's full of nothing but a bunch of homos and drug addicts. I mean, he's got a point. I mean, so I don't hate Putin. I mean, the Democratic Party has smeared Russia for so long with that fake Russia hoax, sitting there saying Putin and Russia colluded with Donald Trump. Putin's over there going, what the fuck? I don't even know the guy. Back in 2016, I never even met the guy. I mean, that is what's going on, people. If there's any kind of tension between us and Russia, it's because of the people like these Democrats who sit there and slander the Russian government, Putin, and Donald Trump. I mean, hey, that's how I look at it. You know, there's other countries. There's a million countries, 200-something countries in the world, people, and they all have different types of government. If a communist country wants to be communist, that's fine with me. I don't want to be communist, and we have to deal with these people. We still have to try to get along with them because we don't want world war. Here they are smacking on Donald Trump for trying to make this deal with Putin and the Ukrainians. I mean, nobody else wants to do it. Biden never even tried. But we don't want world war again, do we? I mean, over the Ukrainians? I mean, come on. Over a bunch of people that are basically Russians. They used to be part of Russia. I mean, so Donald Trump's doing the same thing. He says, let's end this. Whatever territory that the Russians gained, and so be it. We'll do our mineral stuff there, and we'll tell Russia to stop. Don't fuck with us now. But I mean, think about that, people. Russia hates us because of the way that we're living, and with the internet and all that, with all this freaky weird stuff. It's influencing their country in a way they don't like, and I don't blame them. Like, I want to hear about anything that has to do with a homosexual or transgender. I'm a heterosexual. And I don't go around there. Me and my wife don't make out in public. We don't make a spectacle of ourselves as being heterosexual. So I don't want to see a homosexual making a spectacle out of themselves. And there's no such thing as a transgender. These are cross-dressers that mutilate their body. When it's all said and done with, they're still the same damn sex they were born at. You know what I'm saying? If you're a boy when you're born, you're still going to be a boy, and you're dumb enough to castrate yourself. And if you're a girl, you're dumb enough to put a dick on your pussy, which is, to me, is sad. I mean, it's like that little Juno actress, Juno. I mean, that little pose I saw her in that magazine where her boobs are cut off, and she's all like, it's like, stop it. Somebody take a gun, and I'm just kidding. I mean, somebody walk up and smack her. I bet her parents are real proud. I mean, I used to have a daughter. Now I don't know what I have. I mean, I feel sorry for the parents of these people, but you know what? Most of them come from broken families. The parents, they're weird too, but to allow that to happen to their kids, I mean, without any kind of dissent or anything. I saw a show where this guy with his family was kind of saying it's okay for their little sixth grader to dress like a girl. In sixth grade, like he really knows. I mean, on Halloween, I dressed up like a girl one time. That doesn't mean I want my parents going to buy me 5 dresses to go to school in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was Halloween. I thought it was funny. Doesn't mean I want to be a girl. But anyway, people, the Democrats, all this whine they're doing is just a bunch of stupid talking bullshit because they don't have no core values for anything. And anything that you watch, in 4 years of Donald Trump being president right now, everything that he's going to do, whether it's good or, I mean, no matter how good it is, they're not going to go for it because it wasn't them who did it. And they don't want to see this country be successful unless they're the party in power when it becomes successful or more successful. You know what I'm saying? They'd rather have a tank it up when the Republicans are in it, and they're going to tank it worse when they get it back in office, which I hope they never do because these people are retarded. They're crazy, they're stupid, they're ignorant, and they're evil. I mean, what kind of person wants to see our country fail? I mean, I didn't like it when Obama became president because I just don't like Obama. I mean, I don't like free money and taking work requirements off of people on welfare. I didn't agree with that kind of stuff. That's why I didn't like it. But I'm not out there protesting him. And the thing, he did do some good things. I mean, but you never find a Democrat that can say anything good about Donald Trump or anything good that he does. And honestly, people, it doesn't even matter if it's Donald Trump. They'd be playing this same goddamn shit if it was, no matter if it was DeSantis, no matter who was the president, if they're Republican. I mean, that's all I got to say about that. That's what it really is. So anyway, let me do one more shot.
Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken. My wife's so funny, huh? Release the Kraken. Whew. Boy, that's so strong. Right on. All right, this is Scott in a Shot. I feel good. But people, let's just remember, when you're watching these Democrats talk shit, you know, not everything, you know, don't listen to Democrats. But bottom line is, prices will come down sooner or later, probably later. It takes time on this inflation thing. But I hope most Americans voted for Donald Trump for what I voted for him. Why? For the reasons I voted for him. I don't like seeing illegal immigration coming over by the millions. I mean, these people are never going to work. I mean, and if they do, You're talking all these people that came over from these other countries. 99.9% of them are people that don't even have a 5th grade education. Do you know what I'm saying? They're from Africa, the Middle East. They're from South America, and I'm not being racist. I'm saying they those places don't have high schools too much. They don't have schooling. People are poor. So we're allowing millions upon millions of people, the Biden did, of millions of people coming to this country that are uneducated, don't speak a drop of English. And I'm tired of going to the stores like Walmart. You know, F Walmart. I went to Boise, Idaho to see my mom, and I'm trying to find things in this because all Walmart's a little different. And I talked to 3 different people, and they're all non-speaking people from South America, and you got to talk into their phone. I mean, really? You're hiring people that don't speak any English at all in an English-speaking country? I mean, really? I mean, make them learn English before you give them a job. I'm tired of trying to decipher what somebody is saying to me. I go to the doctors here in California, have them, their English is so broken up, I can't understand what they're saying. And when it comes to my medical health, I want to understand what the fuck they're saying. Excuse my French. I mean, but it's pretty sad when I go to the doctor. It's some foreigner who lives in America now, but I mean, to be a doctor here, they probably are a citizen, but they don't even they talk such broken English. I don't know if they told me I have cancer or if I had a stroke. I mean, it's like what? And I don't want to be embarrassed telling them I don't understand what they're saying because nobody wants. I mean, it's embarrassing. I don't understand you, dude or lady. I don't understand you, and that's not right. That's just not right. I mean, if you want to be here, learn the fucking lingo. I mean, it's getting to where it's everywhere now. It's sad. I mean, this is an English-speaking country. If I would have known this was going to happen back, I mean, anymore, what I can learn Spanish, but now then I have to learn Indian, then I'd have to learn African. I mean, how many different languages are people here that don't speak English? I mean, you can't even prepare for that in school because there's so many different races here of ignorant people that came here that don't have any high school, that have no education, and none of them speak English. I mean, what are they going to do? Are they going to teach English and 5 other languages, 6 other languages in school so people can communicate in this country? I mean, really? Stop it. I mean, come on. Stop it. I mean, they're making me go nuts here. And I'm sweating because that is some good whiskey there, but it's pretty strong. Like I said, it's break out the Kraken. All right, then. Release the Kraken. I'll release the crack. All right, people. This is Scott in a Shot. Just coming at you a little bit today about these Democrats and their little whiny, little ugly singing. I don't know what they talk like it, but like Donald Trump. I mean, you see that lady? I mean, these people are crazy. I mean, I don't even know how they're ignorant. I mean, you see that lady? I don't know what they talk like it, but fuck Donald Trump. He's like, stop it. Somebody smack her in the face. Somebody smack her and tell her to go home. I mean, baby powder, smack. I mean, I need to stock up on baby powder. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna start walking around the stores holding my baby powder, going smack, smack. I'm gonna start smacking everybody because they're all just fucking retards. I don't want to swell my hand up, man. So I need that baby powder to soften the cushion. You know what I mean? And plus, I want to leave a mark on their face so everybody knows that they're ignorant and they got slapped by Scott. I'm gonna put baby powder in my hand. I'm gonna have a little indentation put in my hand. That says, boom. It's gonna say smacked by Scott. I mean, right on by Scott in a Shot. Scott the Great. All right, people. I'm out of here. Have a good day, man.